Maritime security is essential to supporting the blue economy in a range of significant ways. Maritime security refers to threats such as maritime interstate disputes, maritime terrorism, maritime crimes, narco-trafficking, illegal fishing, arms trafficking, using the maritime domain, environmental crimes at sea, and one of the most significant threats to the growth of ocean-based economies relates to maritime piracy. Somali piracy was perhaps one of the most striking examples of the potential impacts of these crimes on the development of blue economy in the region. From 2004 to 2012, piracy of the coast of Somalia began to pose a major threat to cargo vessels, fishing boats, and private yachts, building to a peak in 2011 when more than 300 attacks were reported together with 30 hijackings. The impacts of these attacks on global trade, food security, and tourism were recognized and were pretty much of a challenge to be addressed. Once considered one of the most dangerous HRA for piracy, the Indian Ocean is a vast maritime zone covering 68.56 kilometers and incorporating coastal states from the southern tip of South Africa to the west coast of Australia. 36 countries have access to the Indian Ocean, with vast differences in cultural, social, economic conditions of many of the states. As the world's third largest ocean, and with approximately 1/3 of the world's population living in the region, the Indian Ocean has significant potential to contribute to global efforts to combat piracy, enhance food security, and provide for new economic opportunities. The Indian Ocean hosts some of the busiest shipping lanes in the world, with 25-30% of global shipping movements occurring in the region. Approximately 100,000 ships transit the region annually, carrying up to 1/3 of the world's bulk cargo, half of the containers, and about 2/3 of the oil cargo. This creates great opportunities, but together with the opportunities, it creates lots of potential threats. Besides the above said, the Indian Ocean has 9 recognized choke points for shipping movements. These narrow channels carry increased risks from piracy and terrorism, but also create significant difficulties in managing traffic and navigation. Piracy falls under universal jurisdiction under the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, meaning that any state can intercept piracy suspects on the high seas. This allowed navies from around the world to apprehend suspected pirates. Amongst the private sector, armed security guards have been employed to protect vessels traveling in the region, raising coastal state security concerns. This option has proved effective, as under these arrangements no successful attack has been recorded since 2012. At its core, maritime security is designed to provide a stable and secure environment in which economic development can occur and grow. Maritime security companies contribute to the blue economy for their defense of important maritime assets and infrastructure against threats such as maritime terrorism. The link between economic development and maritime security is therefore fundamental to the blue economy. Many of the maritime security measures designed to address economic development also have implications for human security, given they are considered important tools in ensuring ongoing food security and the development of new economic activities for some of the most impoverished countries in the world. The other important but often overlooked role that maritime security operations and agencies play in supporting the blue economy is by being itself a source of economic development and growth. As the blue economy expands and grows in response to concerted efforts within the region, there will be greater demand for maritime security capability itself. There will be an increasing role for navies, coast guards, and private maritime security agencies in an expanded blue economy, which will include policing maritime crime, conducting monitoring and surveillance, and participating in search and rescue. This is likely to drive additional investment in shipbuilding and associated infrastructure. To conclude all the above said, I do reckon that blue economy relationship with maritime security is unarguable and fundamental. Sea power and economic development functions relate to protection of shipping channels and safe passage of vessels at sea. In the absence of security, the vast majority of the economic activities associated with the blue economy cannot be effectively carried out. Unsecured ocean territories constitute ungoverned spaces in which criminals, insurgents, and terrorists can operate with impunity. Our seas should be peaceful and pacified to a level that all insecurities aforementioned defining maritime security do not exist anymore, and member states are able to govern the littoral spaces. Maritime safety and security shall be prioritized by protection of seas and oceans to provide peace, security, and stability, thus making the maritime space the key driver for sustainable economic development.